Alrighty, folks, good afternoon. It is 2 p.m. We are going to go ahead and get started. We are so excited that you're joining us today. Thank you for being with us. My name is Evan James. I have the pleasure of serving this institution as the Conference and Events Planner in the Office of Admissions here at the USF Tampa campus, and we're very excited to show you this incredible place today. We have prepared a live hosted virtual tour experience where we are going to be walking you through a fully panoramic 360-degree virtual tour of our campus. We have tour guides here that will be live. Their faces will be on the screen. They will be working to walk you through and take you on a tour of this place. We also have an admissions representative, Danielle Castro, that is going to be sharing all of our information about the application process, dates that you should be aware of, and all of that good stuff about how to become a bull officially. And then we have live moderators in the chat that are here to answer all of your questions as they come in, and then also provide you with some helpful links to connect you with the information that you are looking for. So the first thing that I would like to do is just give us a little audio check here. So if you can hear me loud and clear, go ahead and give us a big all caps "Go Bulls" in the chat. That would really, really help us out, just to know that y'all can hear us and that's coming through. I am going to go ahead and ask my team here to start unmuting their microphones and unmuting their cameras, and we're going to do a brief set of introductions just so you know the diverse group that we have here and their disciplines, their majors and things of that nature. Then I'll follow up with a few announcements about how this kind of works, and then we'll get right into the tour. Okay, so again, I'm Evan James. I work in the Office of Admissions. I am going to talk no longer and throw it over to Danielle to introduce herself.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Danielle Castro. As Evan mentioned, I'm one of the admissions representatives for USF. So this afternoon, I will be going over some information on the application process. If you guys do have any questions regarding the application process throughout the tour, please don't hesitate to drop that in the chat so we can go ahead and get you guys some answers.
Hi everyone, my name's Sarah. I'm a third-year student here at USF. I come from Jacksonville. My major is health sciences and my minor is American Sign Language. And when I'm not at school studying, working on stuff, or working in the office, you can find me volunteering in Advent Health, which is just located right across the street from campus, and their physical therapy department, as well as I'm a part of Greek Life and the STEM Academy here on campus. And I'm going to be one of your guys' tour guides today.
Hello everyone. My name is Christina. I'm from Port Charlotte, Florida, and I'm a third-year student here at USF. I'm majoring in integrative animal biology, but the human track, with the goal of entering USF's physician assistant program. Besides being a green and gold guide, I'm very much involved in our multicultural clubs and activities, including our Vietnamese Student Association. And today I will also be a tour guide for this session.
Hello everyone, my name is Aimee. I am originally from Naples, Florida, the real South Florida. Aside from being a USF tour guide, I am actually the lead manager in the Office of Campus Visits, and I shadow and volunteer in hospitals here in the Tampa Bay area. I'm also a part of Greek Life. This is going to be my senior year, majoring in cell and molecular biology with a minor in public health. And for today, I will be the executive producer of this live virtual tour.
Good afternoon, you all. My name is Joshua Simpo. I am a fourth-year student here at the University of South Florida, majoring in biological health sciences while also minoring in anthropology. I was born and raised in Pembroke Pines, Florida, so a little further south near Fort Lauderdale. And aside from being a green and gold tour guide, I am president of the USF Pre-Optometry Professional Society. Today, I'm going to be one of your executive producers, but during the normal semester, I am a tour manager for the Office of Campus Visits. I hope you all enjoy.
All right, hello everybody. My name is Jasmine. I'm a fourth-year student studying cell and molecular biology with a minor in Africana Studies. I'm from Vero Beach, Florida, and aside from being a green and gold guide, I'm involved with campus ministries as well as serving on the Dominican American Student Association Executive Board. I also serve as the office is team development manager, and I will be one of the live moderators for today's tour.
Alrighty, hello everyone. My name is Kevin Jimenez. You might not see me pop up. I'm actually here in the bottom right corner. But hello, my name is Kevin Jimenez. I am currently a fourth year studying information studies with a minor in math and a concentration in data sciences and analytics. Apart from being a green and gold guide, I'm also involved in the Institute of Electronic and Electrical Engineers, as well as undergraduate research. And I will be the tour producer, or the, I guess, manager of this stream for you all today. I hope you all enjoy.
Hello everyone, my name is Luis. I'm from the southeast of Brazil and I'm a rising sophomore in mechanical engineering here at USF. Besides being a green and gold tour guide, I'm also the treasurer of the Brazilian Student Association on campus and I'm going to be your moderator today. Hope you enjoy.
All right, well, we will get started with the tour in just a second. I have just a few announcements for you guys so we can all get on the same page here. We are bummed that we are not able to be on campus walking these beautiful rolling green hills in the flesh due to COVID-19 and all that is going on, but we are excited that we are able to provide at least a live virtual experience where we can interact with you, chat, and also show you this beautiful place. But with that, we just would ask you to bear with us. We are not broadcast experts, or nor are we in a studio setting. We are all in our own homes with our own personal pieces of technology and our own varying internet speeds. And so we would just ask that you bear with us a little bit if you do experience some slight lagginess or stuttering of the picture, but we should be coming through crystal clear with our audio. What you are about to observe today is available for you to rewatch on YouTube as well. And then if you would like to, we are going to be using a standalone virtual tour product that we use, and you can pull it up right on your own home computer right now. So if you would like that crystal clear picture to pair with our audio, if it may be coming through a little bit laggy or stuttery for you, I would encourage you to go to youvisit.com, that's Y-O-U visit.com/USF, and you can pull up this exact same 360-degree fully panoramic crystal clear picture that we are looking at on our ends, and kind of get navigated as well. Now on that product there is a live little, or a recording of a tour guide that will pop up, and there will be information that pops up as well, and you can mute both of those things in the bottom right hand corner so you can solely be listening to us, and then maybe after the fact redo it with those people turned on and get a different flavor or even a different, tidbit of information for yourselves. We do have live moderators in the chat that I wanted to make sure you're aware of. They're going to be here to answer all of your questions. So as you have a question that comes up about academics, about USF, about Tampa, about student life, whatever it is, feel free to throw it in the chat and our moderators will absolutely answer you. Questions about the admissions process as well, SAT, ACT, any of that stuff. Danielle is here and she can help answer too. So anything that you are wanting to know, anything that you came with an objective to get information on today, we want to definitely make sure that you leave here with that information. So please don't be shy. We want to know what you're thinking as well. So we'll be asking for your interaction through this. What major are you going to be studying? What are you excited to eat on campus? Those types of things. So when you guys interact, it makes us happy, and I'm sure that it gives our other viewers some perspective on who they may be going to class with when they get to USF as a whole. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to our tour guides to get us started. I will follow up at the very end of this with some wrap-up housekeeping announcements and some other tidbits that you might want to be involved with from a campus visitation perspective. We got some cool virtual events coming up that are a little bit more large scale. But I will speak no more, and I'm going to hand it over to Sarah to get us started with our first stop.
All right, everyone. So right now we are located at the front of USF. So this is our main campus entrance on Fowler. And a couple cool things about USF is that we were actually founded in 1956. So not too long ago, but long enough. And we have about 37,000 undergraduate students as well as 11,000 graduate students. And we don't only just have USF Tampa, we actually have 3 campuses in total. So right now we are located at USF Tampa, but we also have USF St. Pete as well as Sarasota Manatee that you can take class at as soon as you're enrolled in USF. Some of my friends personally like to go take classes at USF St. Pete during the summer to get a change of scenery, so they're not walking the same walkways. They get to go experience what our other campuses have to offer. And Tampa has so many things to do around it. That's one of the reasons why I chose to come to USF. And downtown's only about 30 minutes away, which is pretty cool. There's also 3 major sporting teams that our student government actually partners with during the seasons, so we can actually get discounted tickets to those games. So our sporting teams are going to be hockey, football, and baseball, all located probably about 30 minutes away from campus as well. As also the beach is only about 30 minutes away, and I came from Jacksonville, so that was something that I really appreciated, that if I wanted to go do homework on the beach or go hang out with friends, I definitely had that option. And now you're probably wondering, how do we get around? I just told you all of these cool things that are around Tampa, and you're probably like, well, what now? Well, first years are allowed to bring your car onto campus, and there's 3 different parking permits you can choose from. So the first one is an R-Pass. So this stands for residential. So these are going to be students who are living in the residential halls. You're going to find these parking lots are going to be located right outside of those buildings, if not very close to it. So when students choose to leave campus, they can access their car quickly. Our next one is our S parking pass. This stands for our non-residential students or commuter students like me. So these parking lots are going to be located next to our main education hubs, like the library, the business center, science center, different places like that. So at the end of the day, when students choose to leave campus and go back home, they can have quick access to their cars. And then our last one is our Y parking pass. This is known as our park and ride. So you're going to find these 2 lots are going to be located on the outskirts of campus. Students will park their car and then ride our university bus system into the central part. And this is also our most economically friendly parking pass. Our Bull Runner is our university bus system. It's free for all students, and you can bring 1 guest on for free as well. It has 6 different routes. 3 go on campus, 3 go off campus, such as to Busch Gardens, which is just located right across the street. And then we also have a partnership with the Heartline bus system. So if you wanted to go downtown and eat really good food, but you're worried about paying for parking or parking in general when you get down there, you don't have to worry about that. You can actually jump on one of the Heartline bus systems. It'll take you anywhere in the city of Tampa for free, as well as another guest. All you have to do is just have your USF ID, go downtown, eat some good food, and come back to campus. We also have a partnership with the Coast Bike Share system. So you're going to find all of these bikes are going to be located across USF. They're those blue bikes with the black basket in front. So if you have any books that you're trying to carry, you can actually put them in there very easily. All you have to do is just swipe your university ID and you can ride these bikes anywhere on campus. You don't have to keep track of the same one or put it back in the same location. And like I said, they're scattered throughout. So if you wanted to walk to class and ride a bike back, most of the time there is going to be a bike located right outside of their building. And then our last partnership we have is with the Enterprise Car Share System. So this is really cool because normally you have to be 25 to rent a car, but at USF all you have to be is 18, have a valid driver's license and proof of insurance. There's going to be heavily discounted rates that come daily, nightly, and weekly. So if you need to get home at the end of the semester and you didn't bring your car with you, you can just rent a car. They're going to bring the car straight to campus. Somebody will hand you the keys and you can be on your way. You don't have to meet the person somewhere or anything. It all happens right on campus. But if you don't like any of these ideas, you can also bring your own skateboard from home. Electric skateboards are welcome as well as bikes, scooters, rollerblades, or if you're not great with balance like me, you just might use the traditional way of walking. Let me know if you're going to bring any of your own vehicles or skateboards or anything to campus in the comments below. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask the moderators. And now I'm going to turn it over to Christina.
All right, thank you, Sarah. We are heading to our interdisciplinary sciences. So the building to your right that you see is our interdisciplinary science building. This ISA building is the tallest academic building in the state of Florida, so that's pretty cool. And our office is actually located on the very top floor, on the 7th floor. It has a beautiful view of USF along with a beautiful view of downtown Tampa. So when our campuses do open up again, I recommend everyone come visit us and see the beautiful view that we have. This building also consists of lecture halls and labs. For the lecture halls that we have, for the classes that we have, the majority of our classes consist of up to 30 students, and then a quarter of our classes consist of up to 50 students. And those larger lecture halls only make up about 15% of all our classes. And for those larger lecture halls, we have breakout sessions. So my first year when I took general chemistry, we had a breakout session where they split up that lecture hall in groups of of 20 to 30 students, and we would meet once a week for an hour in those smaller groups, and we would go over the material that we learned in the lecture, and it really helped me understand the material a lot better, and I made a lot of good friends during those breakout sessions. Professors also offer office hours for their students, so if you like that one-on-one time with your professor, that is definitely something I recommend everyone taking advantage of. Down this walkway here, we have the rest of our science buildings. So although our campus is quite large, it is 1,700 acres. Everything is pretty much grouped together by their subject or by their purpose. So this area is for all the science courses. You can find biology, chemistry, physics, engineering, everything down that way. We also have our science center building down that way where you can find advisors. So there is an advisor for every single major. They are just located in that specific area. So any students who are majoring in a science, you can find your advisors in this area. Advisors are there to help you schedule your classes for the semester. They are there to guide you in whatever direction that you want to go to, what major you want to pursue, and what career choice you want to have. So I'm very close with my advisor, and I recommend everyone meeting up with theirs. I would also be interested in knowing everyone's majors, so please feel free to comment down below what major you are interested in, and we could be visiting that place in today's tour. If you do have any questions, feel free to comment that down below as well, but I'm going to pass it back to Sarah.
All right, so right now we are located at MLK Plaza, named after Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. himself. It's located in the direct center of our university, and it's there to symbolize how diversity is the direct center of our university. We have students from over 141 different countries in all 50 states, so there's never a day you're not walking from class that you don't hear another language or hear about a different culture from across the world. And actually what happens in this plaza once a semester is we hold something called International Fest. So this is where students from different countries all over the world come together. We divide the lawn up into the 6 different continents, and they will set up tables. There's going to be activities, free food. You just get to learn a lot about different places without even having to leave Tampa, which is something that I really like to enjoy to go do with my friends. Right now we are coming up on MLK's bust. It's said to be his actual height, so when you get to campus, you guys can go stand next to him and see if you're taller or shorter than him. And then the lines on the ground underneath him actually they go out to where his famous speeches occurred across the US, which is pretty cool. And then if Evan pans around, you can actually see where he gave his most famous speech, is what we tried to replicate here, which is his I Have a Dream speech. And this area is supposed to represent the Washington Memorial. And over across behind the ponds, you can actually see the stone tablets that has some of his famous quotes from his I Have a Dream speech. Now, diversity is something we hold really important to us. It's one of our core values here at USF, and it's something that I also cherish about our university. But also in this area, we have our fine arts. So as Christina mentioned earlier about how our campus is compartmentalized, you will actually find all of the fine arts located in this area. So you're going to find dance, theater, music, and art. So this is, if it's something you guys are interested in, you won't even have to venture too far away from where we are right now to actually go attend all of those classes. And now I'm going to turn it back over to Christina. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave those in the chat below.
All right, we are going to head over to the outside of our Marshall Student Center, along with our student services. So right in front of us here, we have our Marshall Student Center. To the left of that building, we have our amphitheater. It's an outdoor stage, and a lot of events occur over there. We have probates happening, cultural events. There's always free food over there as well, so it's a very lively area, and it's a great place to relax when there's nothing going on. Over to the right of our Marshall Student Center, we have our bookstore lawn. On the lawn, a lot of other events do happen as well, one of which is our bull market. It's a weekly market. It happens every Wednesday, and it hosts a combination of vendors, student organizations, and nonprofit organizations showcasing their products and services to our ever-growing student population. So you can find food there, you can find clothes, you can find plants. I purchased a cactus there not too long ago, and apartment complexes also come over to promote their places. So it's a great day to learn a lot about different organizations around our campus. Right next to that lawn is our bookstore. So when you enter our bookstore, you are entering onto the second floor where you can find our USF merch along with our cafe. If you go down to the first floor, you can find textbooks and access codes, anything you need for your courses. And if you go up to the third floor, you can find office materials, leisure books, along with any online purchases that you are making. In the bookstore, we also have many ways for our students to save a little money. We have a buyback program. If you purchase a book from the bookstore and you're able to return it in good condition, you get a percentage of your money back. And we also have a price match system where if you are able to find the book online for a cheaper price, you just show the cashier and they are able to match that price for you. I've saved hundreds of dollars doing this, so it's a great resource that the bookstore offers. Right behind the bookstore, we have our student health clinic. In this clinic, we have certified professional staff, so you do not have to worry about being a guinea pig for us health students. Everyone there is certified, and you get general checkups for free. Any additional medical services, such as blood work, will come at a cost, but you are able to purchase a student health insurance from the health clinic, and the health clinic also accepts over 30 different health insurance plans. And finally, over to the right, we have our student services. So in our student service building, there are a lot of resources for our students. We have our financial aid and scholarships office. So if you are interested in learning about the different scholarships or grants that USF offers, that is the place to go. We also have our food pantry for any students who want to utilize that. We have our career services where you can go in and we have people to help you build a resume, to do mock interviews and find a job. It's very resourceful. And we have our suitable office where you are able to rent out any formal attire, all for free. Dry cleaning is done for you. You can use those clothes for meetings, presentations, interviews, and it's all for our students. And finally, in this building, we have our admissions office. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to our admissions recruiter, Danielle.
Good afternoon, everyone. Again, my name is Danielle Castro, and I am one of the out-of-state admission recruiters that works with USF. So you will hear that some of us work with our Florida students, our out-of-state students, and even international students. But any students that come to the admissions office looking for questions or have questions and looking for information, we are all more than happy to work with. I primarily work with our West Coast students, so Texas up and over, and our U.S. territories of Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Today, I want to go over a little bit of information with you guys regarding how the application works specifically for USF. And again, if you guys have any questions, please make sure to go ahead and drop them in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and start off with how the application process works for our first time in college or freshman students that are coming in from high school. We are going to require 4 things of you guys. It's going to be your application fee, your official high school transcripts, and your official ACT or SAT test scores. With the application for our upcoming 2021-2022 application year, fall year, that application actually opened up on July 1st. So for those students that are rising seniors and looking to start applying, please know that we have gone ahead and opened those up already. This year we are going to be on the Common App, the Coalition app, and the Visual Zen or VZ app, which is right on our web page. So you do have 3 different options to be able to put in an application. With the application fee, we do stress to students that if for whatever reason there is an issue with being able to pay it, please don't hesitate to reach out to the admissions office. We do have application fee waivers that we can see if you guys qualify for. So please, again, don't hesitate to reach out. With your official high school transcripts, we do ask that you guys are making sure that any classes that you've taken are all properly listed on there, as well as we tell students to keep in mind that things like AP or IB testing that is going to be coming in through College Board potentially, making sure that you've requested to have those scores, final scores sent to us. And if you are taking dual enrollment, we know that some high schools are going to list their dual enrollment classes on the transcripts themselves. Some may not be able to, but in any case, we will need official transcripts from the community college or university that you're taking those dual enrollment classes at to be also sent to USF. So do please keep that in mind. Right now, we know there's a lot going on with COVID as far as being able to get a hold of transcripts to send. And while we do still accept physical transcripts to come through the mail, if your high schools or dual enrollment institutions have the option to send electronically, we are more than happy to work with that. You can always email them directly to the admissions office or to the recruiter that you've been speaking with. So we are trying to be very flexible in the ways that we're accepting all of those things for you guys. And that pretty much is how the application process would look for our freshmen or first-time in college students. For our transfers, it's not going to be very different. It's just going to depend on how many credits you're coming in with as a transfer. So once you graduated from high school and you started taking or continuing taking classes at a community college or university, and you start applying to us, again, depending on how many credits you're coming in with, your application process may look a little bit different. In any case, you're still going to have to put in your application. Again, we will have the Coalition app, the Common app, and the Visual Zen app, which is right on our website available. You will still have the application fee as well to pay. And then we are still going to be requiring things like transcripts and potentially test scores. This is where it will differ as far as our students needing to submit either both high school transcripts and college level transcripts and their test scores, or if they will just be submitting their college level courses. What we try and stress to our students is because we don't always know right off the bat everything that is transferring as you're putting in your application, it's smarter for you to go ahead and just start requesting copies of your official high school transcripts and or test scores, as it will make it easier for you if we have to request them during your process. So please keep in mind, again, your application fee, your high school official transcripts. For those students that have already graduated from high school and are coming in as transfers, please make sure that your graduation date is listed on those transcripts. And then your transcripts from the college or university that you are currently attending, and potentially your SAT or ACT test scores. Again, this is all stuff that we can talk to you guys throughout your application process to see if you need the additional documents, but just keep in mind and be aware that you may potentially still have to request them. For our graduate degree students that are applying, your application and application fee is still going to come in through the admissions department. However, we really stress to our students to know that each department is going to be different as far as what they require after the application. Some of them may request letters of recommendation, some of them may request essays, some of them are going to require a little bit of research done. So what we do is after the application and fee is put in with the Office of Admissions, our students or applicants will then be working directly with the departments in which they're applying to. So it makes it a little bit easier as far as the communication of knowing what you will be getting with the program and what to expect. And that pretty much wraps up our application process. As we mentioned, again, please do not hesitate to leave any questions in the chat. We will be here. I will be here for the rest of the tour as well. And then even after the tour is done today, you are always welcome to reach out to the Office of Admissions so that we can answer any of your questions further. All right, guys, I'm going to hand it back over to your awesome G3 so that you can continue your tour.
All right, so right now we are located in our Marshall Student Center, and we like to call this the living room of campus. As this video starts to pan around, take a look at all the students. You'll see them walking between classes. They'll be sitting at the table studying, hanging out with friends. They could be eating at the number of food options. But now I'm going to direct your attention to our Student Life Tower. That's going to be just across the way. So that first floor is going to be that volunteer office. So our volunteer office is actually the people who got me connected across the street with Advent Health, volunteering in the field that I hope to pursue in the future. They also do something known as Stampede of Service that happens a couple times a semester, where they take USF students and they bus them all around to different parts of Tampa so they can work on different projects. The students get a free t-shirt out of it, so it's kind of like a win-win situation for everyone involved. Our second floor is going to be our Greek life floor. So this is where you're going to find all of our different sorority and fraternity councils, such as Panhellenic, IFC, our multicultural, as well as our professional levels. So if you guys are interested in that, highly recommend checking out those websites. And then our third floor is going to be our office of multicultural affairs. So this is going to handle our 600 clubs here on campus. If you want to make it 601, all you have to do is just head up to that office and fill out a petition with a few of your friends, and you guys can actually get that club started. There's going to be some more fun ones that are going to be like the foodies that go around the city of Tampa and eat a whole bunch of different food, and then like the chocolatiers that get together a couple times a month and eat a bunch of chocolate. But then there's going to be some more professional ones that are going to be more aimed towards your major, such as like the nursing club, future physicians, future physical therapists, people like that. So you can actually get in with a close-knit community. You find a bunch of friends in there that you can actually study for classes, since you guys are all taking similar classes, since you're interested on the same career path. And then our fourth and final floor is our student government. So you're going to find all three branches you would find at the national government located up there. And they actually have a whole bunch of funding that comes in through different organizations and donors that they actually turn back towards the students. So this is how we have our free transportation all around with all of our different programs that I mentioned earlier, as well as a few more that Christina will mention briefly later on in the tour. And as we pan around, I'm going to direct us back down to the first floor, that little hallway down there. That is our shops and services. So a couple good offices down there that you're going to want to keep in mind is our Bowles Country Pharmacy. So whether you go to the student health clinic here on campus or you go to your primary physician off campus, you can always head down there and get all of your prescriptions filled without even having to leave campus, which is something that I definitely took advantage of my first year. We also have our wellness center down there. They have free 15-minute massage chairs, which is great for when you're stressed out during exams. You can actually head down there, relax for 15 minutes, take a little cat nap if you want, and then move on with your day. And then we also have our dining services, which I'm going to touch on later. So if you had any changes to your meal plan, you could head down there and make those happen, as well as our student credit union. So this is free for all USF students to take advantage of. I personally chose to take advantage of it since I thought it was a lot easier to balance my money here in Tampa versus all the way in Jacksonville. And again, it's free for all USF students, and all of the ATMs on campus are with the credit union, so you don't have any fees or anything if you choose to take money out of those ATMs. And then located on the second floor is our Oval Theater. So this is where we have our student lecture series. It happens a couple times a semester where students actually get to vote on motivational speakers they want to come out and talk to them. Some big names we've had in the past were Josh Peck and Gabby Douglas, as well as Bill Nye the Science Guy. Again, it's free for all students. All you have to do is just show up, take a seat, and you get to hear a really good message from the people who are speaking. And also located in our student center is on the fourth floor is known as our Sky Pad. So this is where a lot of students will hang out and relax. There's a bunch of TVs and gaming consoles up there that you can sit with your friends and challenge them to different tasks, so you can not focus on maybe that one class that's stressing you out for a little bit. And it's also another great place to study besides the library. So if sometimes I find the library is a little too quiet and maybe too crowded during exam weeks, I'll actually head over here. It's kind of like one of the best kept secrets to come over to the Student Center and study. And during exam weeks, it turns from the Marshall Student Center to the Marshall Study Center, where they open up a whole bunch of classrooms and stuff to allow more spaces for you to study for all of your exams. And I'm also going to talk about our dining locations located in our Student Center. This is probably one of my favorite things about the Student Center. So as we're passing, you're actually going to see a Panera. And down this hallway, right below the USF symbol, is where you're going to find a Chick-fil-A, a Bento Sushi, as well as a Jamba Juice. They're some of my favorite places to eat at, and not even have to leave campus or bring a lunch with me. As well as we also have in our food court, Papa John's, Panda Express, Moe's, Subway, as well as a salad option station. So if you wanted something more healthy on campus, you can actually do that over in our student food court in like a grab and go type option. And as we would be leaving through the double doors in the back to head to housing, a couple things I want to talk about. And some interesting things back there is you're going to find our Bowles Topiary Bowl, as well as our NPHC garden. So our Topiary Bowl is what I like to call our chia bowl, like a chia pet. It's just a big, It's made out of like bushes and stuff. It's pretty cool. Something really fun to look at and take pictures out front of. And then our NPHC garden actually stands for the National Panhellenic Council, and it's used to represent their belonging to our university. So this council is also known as our Divine Nine, and they on our campus as well as nationally, and they have been a part of USF for a very long time, and they'll be here for many years to come. And it's just another cool place on campus. So if you guys do come to campus when we reopen, I highly recommend going and checking out those 2 stops just located outside of our Marshall Student Center. And maybe listen in the chat what you're most excited about eating when you come to the Student Center, or most excited thing you're interested in checking out when you arrive. Mine's always Chick-fil-A, but I'd love to hear from you guys as well. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to Christina.
All right, thank you, Sarah. We are heading over to housing now. So we are currently in the village. It's right across from our Marshall Student Center, and it is one of the newest additions to on-campus housing. Right now we are standing in Summit, which is one of the 5 residential halls in the village. The village also consists of some food places like Starbucks and BurgerFi, with our Publix right next to it. But in this residential hall, or in every single residential hall we have on campus, there is a swipe access for security into the halls. So unless you are living in that residential hall, you do not have access to get in. So if you have a guest coming to visit you, you just have to go downstairs and open the door for them. But this is just to ensure our students' safety on campus. Along with that, every single residential hall also has a common living area, whether that's on the first floor or on every single floor above. It is an area for students to watch some movies, do some game nights, possibly study and eat. It's a really nice place to just hang out with your friends. Very welcoming and very comfortable. All the residential halls also have a kitchen. So for Summit, there is a kitchen on the very first floor for everyone to utilize, and you can go ahead and cook. There's a refrigerator for you to use as well. And I see a lot of students bake some cookies in that kitchen as well. Next to the kitchen, we have our laundry room, and students are able to go ahead and monitor their laundry machine through our USF app. So you don't have to wait downstairs for your laundry to be done. You can monitor the machine through your phone and then come down when it is done. Along with all those amenities, there is also a mailing center, whether that's in the actual building or right around the corner. Students are able to have packages sent to them. So that's great for anyone who loves to shop online like me. You get those packages right to your building. We are going to head into the different styles of housing. So our first style for rooming is our traditional style. It is what you think of when you think of college. So it's a hallway, room after room after room, with each room accommodating 2 students and a community bathroom at the end of each hallway, one for males and one for females. And these community bathrooms are cleaned at least once a day. Our second style is our suite style, and the suite style comes in 2 different categories. The first one is a single suite style, where it's 1 room for 2 students and it has a bathroom included in it. The other is a Jack and Jill suite style, where it's 2 rooms connected by 1 bathroom. So 4 students will be sharing that 1 bathroom. The bathrooms for the suite style are cleaned at least once a week. Finally, we have the apartment style. It is 4 private bedrooms with 2 bathrooms, a kitchen, and a living room all in 1 unit. Those 2 bathrooms are cleaned twice a semester. So I like to tell everyone, if you want to become a real adult and have to clean your own bathroom, that is the style for you. They are cleaned at the beginning of each semester and at the end of each semester. For each of the different styles, they all include a bed frame, a mattress, a desk, a chair, a waste bin, and a closet area for all our students. Of course, you are able to bring in your own things as well, such as a mini fridge, a microwave, anything that's acceptable under the housing website. I'm going to have the moderators also leave in the chat, if they haven't already, those links to the housing website for you to learn more information about it. There's cable, Wi-Fi, and Ethernet also available for our students in every single residential hall. With the residential halls, we also have living learning communities. So this just allows the students to live with other students with similar interests or similar majors. So for the majors, we have LLCs for business, engineering, and nursing. And for our interests, we have LLCs for ROTC or the LGBTQ plus community. Besides living learning communities, we also have residential assistants. So they are students who have lived on campus already. They know the rules of the campus, so they are there to just enforce those rules and also help our incoming students transition from living at home to now living on campus. I was really close with my RA. She helped me with my roommate situation, and she hosted game nights every weekend for our pod area to get together, and it was really nice as well. If you are interested in the housing application, there will be a link in the chat below as well. And if you are interested in visiting the housing website, their website provides videos touring each style, and there's also a 3D model of each style that you can look at. But if you do have any questions, feel free to leave that in the comment below. But I'm going to head it back over to Sarah.
All right, so now I'm going to go into dining. So you don't have to live on campus in your first year, but if you do choose to, you must purchase a meal plan. And I'm going to ask the moderators if they can drop the link into the meal plans in the chat while I go over them. So all of the meal plans comes with something that's known as swipes, which is what gets you into the dining hall. You can stay in the dining hall as long as it's open if you want. Sometimes I see people in there studying from open to close, and they can snack while they're there. And then there's another thing that comes with them that's called dining dollars. So this is additional money that you can spend at the other locations like the food court at the student center that I just mentioned. So again, this is additional money that's like acts like a credit card that you can spend over there, and you have a certain amount of money for your meal plan. So our first one is the open access. So this is a limited number of access and limited number of swipes for the entire semester, whether you want to go to the dining hall 15 times a day or 2 times a day. Again, it's all up to you, and it comes with 200 dining dollars. Our next one is the NE15. So this is 15 meals per week, and it refreshes every Wednesday, whether you use all 15 or not. So if you only use 8, you're not going to get an additional 7 that next week. You'll just start with a fresh 15, and it comes with 300 dining dollars. Our last one is the Full Block 175. This is 175 meal swipes for the entire semester. So it's really great for students who are like me, who I tend to eat a lot, and it's also going to come with 300 dining dollars. You can upgrade at any time, but you can only lower your meal plan within that first week. So I always recommend starting small and then upgrading if it's needed. But we also do have 3 dining halls, which are going to be all buffet style, and they're going to each have something unique of them that are going to be located across campus. So the first one is known as the hub. So this is where we are right now on the north side of campus. This is to accommodate all the students living here. And a couple cool things about the hub is that they have a completely allergy-free station. So if you're allergic to any common food allergy, you can eat there worry-free, as well as they have fresh hibachi and sushi served there daily. They're also open until 2 a.m., so it's really cool. If it's late and you need like a bowl of cereal for studying, you can always head down there and get your bowl of cereal. The next one I'm going to talk about is going to be Juniper Dining. So this is going to be located on the south side of campus, and their cool thing is what's known as our World Flavor Station. So this is going to be there for the week, and then it will come that week of food will rotate about every 5 weeks. So my favorite week's taco week, so during tacos week, I will eat there constantly. I'll have my lunch and dinner there, and it'll be a taco both times. But then I only know I have to wait about 5 more weeks for it to come back around. They also have a whole bunch of different like Cuban food and Asian cuisine that happens within the World Flavor Station. And they're going to be open until midnight. And then our last one is going to be Champion's Choice. So I like to call this like athletic eating. So it's going to be located right across from the recreation center. So it's still going to be buffet style, and you're still going to have all the same food that you would find at the others, but it's just organized a little bit differently. So you're going to find all of your carbs are going to be together, your proteins, your fruits, your vegetables. Just so because students don't typically come from the gym, they like to know about how much of what food group they're putting in their body. So they do make their own fresh peanut butter there daily, as well as they have really good homemade mac and cheese that I always tend to go eat at if I'm missing home in any way. And then our last dining hall is known as Argos Exchange. So it's what's known as like a flip kitchen. So it does change weekly, and students get to vote on what meals they want to come in. So like normally they have like wings on Wednesday that students will vote for. And the one thing about Argos is you only get one swipe there a day. So you only technically get one meal from there a day. But they also have some really good smoothies and coffees, which is something that I definitely recommend when you guys come to USF. And another cool thing about our dining halls is that all of them can accommodate vegetarian, gluten-free, vegan, or any type of allergy or food restriction that you have. And if there's something that's not being made that you would prefer, all you have to do is just speak to one of the staff members, and they can actually talk to the chefs in the back and see if there's something that they can incorporate in their food plan that will make you happy. So that's something really cool that I think is pretty unique about USF. If you guys have any questions, remember to list those and the moderators will help answer them. And also list what you're most excited about eating in the dining hall. Mine's definitely the pizzas, but that's just my personal preference. And with that, I'm going to send it back over to Christina.
All right. So as Sarah mentioned, right next to Champion's Choice, we have the Rec. So it is the largest gym on campus, but we do have two other satellite gyms, the Fit, which is on the north side in the Village, and the Well, which is on the south side. But while we're focusing on the Rec being the biggest one, membership is included into our students' tuition, so you can go ahead and get into these gyms all for free. On the very first floor, as you all can see, is for you to work out those muscles. So we have our weights, we have our cable machines, anything to get you pumped. And then we also have our group fitness classes down on the first floor. For our group fitness classes, you can find anything from cycling to boot camp to boxing to yoga. I personally love Zumba. I like pretending I know how to dance, so it's really fun for me. All these group fitness classes are free. You would just sign up online and you can go ahead and join them. I'm interested in knowing what group fitness classes you guys would want to join. We offer so many and they're all very fun. So I definitely recommend everyone trying at least one group fitness class while they come to our campus. But as we move on to the second floor of our rec, that is where our cardio stuff is. So you can find our treadmills, our Stairmasters, anything to really get your heartbeat going. We also have our indoor swimming pool. It is Olympic style, but not Olympic size, and it is strictly for laps. However, because we live in Florida, we do have 3 other pools on our campus, all for leisure. Also on the second floor, we have our multi-purpose rooms, our wrestling rooms, our basketball and volleyball courts down to your right, down that way. And if you forget any equipment, we also have our equipment checkout down that way as well. Moving on to the third floor, it is just suspended above our basketball and volleyball courts, and it is an indoor track. It is 1/8 of a mile, meaning you do have to run 8 laps to run 1 mile, but it sure beats running in the Florida heat when it gets quite warm in the summer. So that's all available for our students as well. As we move into athletics, I'm going to talk about the 3 different categories that we do have. The first one is our intramurals. So they are the least competitive. You are playing with your group of friends against another group of friends here at USF. So it's just USF students competing against each other. And there's many different sports available for intramurals. Our second category is our club sports. So that is a little bit more competitive. You do have to try out for those, and you would be competing against other college students. So common club sports would be soccer, tennis, and baseball, but some unique ones we have is bowling, fishing, and karate. So you can look all of that up online as well. We have a lot of different club sports for our students. And finally, moving on to our Division I sports. So of course, they are the most competitive. You do have to sign a contract making you an official student athlete. But these sports include football, of course. So for our football games, we get to play in the Raymond James Stadium, where the NFL Tampa Bay Buccaneers play. So as you can see, it is an incredible stadium to go visit, whether you're a football player or you are a student cheering our football players on, our student section is the largest one. So it is definitely an experience I recommend everyone doing. In order to get there, USF offers free transportation through our Bulls Blitz, and you are able to also purchase a ticket online for free to all our home games. So football games are huge at USF. Another Division I sport is basketball and volleyball. So our basketball and volleyball sports are played in our Yingling Center. So this Yingling Center used to be known as our Sun Dome, and not only does it host those sporting events, but it also hosts graduation, along with some fun events such as our comedy shows that we have, or some concerts that are held in there. Last year, Tyler, the Creator, and Jaden Smith actually played in the Yingling Center. So it's very cool for USF students. It's very convenient for them as well, since this the center is right there for everyone. But that about wraps up everything for athletics and our recreational center. If you do have any questions, feel free to comment down below and our moderators will get to you. But I'm going to pass it back to Sarah.
All right, so our next stop is going to be Stessens Mall, and this is our soft science portion of campus. So coming up on our first building on the right, that is going to be our education building. So our education program is really unique in the fact that it has a 99% placement rate into jobs upon graduation, and this is done with our partnership with the Hillsborough County Schools. So if you're interested in education, this is most likely where you're going to be for most of your 4 years here at USF. If we continue to pan around, you're actually going to see our Pollo Tropical. It actually used to be a Burger King, but students wanted a healthier option here on campus, so they voiced their opinion to the student government, and they were actually able to get that changed. That just shows you that you're not just a number here at USF, and your voice does matter, and all you have to do is just talk to the student government, and they can make all those changes that you would like to see happen. As we've panned further around, you can't really see it through the trees, but you will find our business building. So the cool thing about this building, and why it's probably my favorite, is that it's half underground, half above ground, and that the lower parts underground actually do not use any AC. So this keeps our energy costs low here at USF, and it's but don't worry, it remains about 70 degrees year round, so you won't be hot during the summer months. It stays a nice cool 70. So our MUBA College of Business has actually a couple of great programs I briefly want to mention. One of them is an elevator pitch. So this is where they take large businesses from around Tampa, and an executive member gets in the elevator with a student. They have about however long that student or that executive chooses to get off the elevator, so normally about 30 seconds to pitch an idea to them. The winning team actually does win an internship with that company for the summer, as well as a scholarship. And they also like to play the stock market with some dummy money. Again, the winning team does win a scholarship, as well as they do win a plaque that goes outside the building that has their name and team members on it. So when students walk into the building, they can see it and inspire to be like them. And then moving on to our last building in this area, which is known as Cooper Hall. So Cooper is actually our oldest building here on campus, and there's a saying that says you can't go all 4 years without stepping foot into Cooper. And this is because Cooper is home to the humanities, just like I like to call it, as well as a couple English classes and things like that. So most of your required courses by the state will actually take place in this building. And that subway that's located on the first floor used to actually be the largest grossing subway in the state of Florida until we opened the one in the Student Center to help accommodate the flow of traffic during lunch hours. But while we are right here, it's a pretty populated area of campus. I'm just briefly going to talk about safety. So let's say one night you're walking back and a giraffe gets loose from Busch Gardens and now it's chasing you. What do? Well, you can make your way to a blue light pole. There's going to be one about every 100 yards, and you can press the button on there. It's going to connect you to our USF PD, which is 57 officers strong, and they have about a 90-second response time. They might tell you to turn 360 degrees around, spot 2 more blue lights, and go press those so they know your exact location, or they might tell you to go into Cooper Hall if that's the closest building to you to seek shelter from that giraffe. We also have our SAFE app located in the App Store. It's free for all students and parents to download. And a couple phone numbers on there I want to point out to you is SAFE Team. So this is a student-run organization that operates between the hours of 6:30 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. They will take you anywhere on campus via golf cart, absolutely for free. So if you need to get from point A to point B, all you have to do is call them, let them know where you're at, where you want to go, and they'll come pick you up. We also have our mobile messaging system phone number located on that app. So this is just a way that USF can notify students pretty quickly on if something's happening in the area. They did this in the case of the hurricane last fall, so that they notified students if they wanted to leave, they could very quickly before we had an official email sent out by the president's office letting us know what the official plans were. And my mom's also on the mobile messaging system phone number, so she makes sure to tell me that everything that's going on, even though I'm already getting the text message, but it makes her feel better, so I play along and let her know. And then also on there, we have what's known as our Rave app. So this is going to track your GPS while you're using this portion of the app. I particularly use it after Save Team stops working. So let's say I'm walking back from the library. I can set a timer for 10 minutes through the app, and it's going to track me during those 10 minutes because that's how long it takes me to get back to my residential hall. I get back to my hall, I forget to turn off the timer, I jump in the shower because it's late and I want to go to bed. What's going to happen is USF PD is going to text you. If you do not answer that text message, they're going to call you. If you do not answer that phone call, they're going to come track you down based on your last known location. So if you do answer that door with a whole bunch of suds in your hair since you were in the shower, again, they're just there for your safety and make sure that everything's all right. If you guys have any questions, feel free to link them down below and the moderators can help answer them. And yeah, I'm going to turn it over to Christina for our next stop.
So we are going to head to our final stop of the tour, which is the library. This library is composed of 7 floors, including the basement, and each floor is about the length of a football field. So it is a very large building with a lot of resources for our students. The first resource, maybe you could call it, is our Starbucks coffee, which is coming on the screen to your right. The Starbucks is open whenever the library is open, which is on a 24/5 basis, and during finals it is open 24/7 for students to utilize. I love having that there, so when I'm studying I do not have to worry about leaving the building to get a quick snack or a little pick-me-up. It's very nice for students, and everyone goes there. Moving on to the right of the screen, we have our job center. This area emphasizes USF's value of experimental learning. So it helps to ensure that college graduates are prepared for the workforce by providing challenging and developmental on-campus or off-campus employment opportunities. So if you are interested in all those opportunities and you want to prepare yourself for when you graduate, that is the place to go. Moving over to the right, once again, we have our library service desk. So where that nice blue light is coming from, that is our library service desk, where you are able to rent out textbooks, chargers, headphones, or even study rooms with the rooms above. So if you do have any questions with what the library offers, that is the place you can go and ask them. Right behind that area, we have our digital media commons. All the computers back there are equipped with any software you may need to do photo or video editing. There are also green screen rooms back there, and you can go ahead and rent out GoPros, cameras, or tripods in that area as well. Moving back to what you see right when you walk into the library, we have our Learning Commons. So that's right in front of us, and that's where a lot of students do go to study in bigger groups. We have these nice glass poster boards posted up, and you see a lot of students writing nice big equations on them if they want to look smarter than other students, but it's a very nice area for everyone to get together and study in larger groups. Down that hall to your right, you can also find printing. Students are given $3 for printing every single day, and there is also our largest computer lab right over there as well. If we move on to the second floor, that is where you can find our Smart Lab. So this Science, Math, and Research Technology Lab is for students who are taking like prerequisite math courses or science courses. A lot of professors do require their students to spend an allotted time in this lab. So you would just log in, sit down at a computer, and go ahead do any homework or assignments. If you do have a question on what you are working on, there is a little button on that screen that you can click, and a tutor will come on over and help you out. These tutors are also students who have taken the course and have excelled in the course. So sometimes I like to say it's easier to learn from a peer, especially on something that's a little harder to understand. Also in that academic center, there are tutoring opportunities for students as well. On the second floor, you can also find our writing center, where current graduate students who are seeking a master's or a PhD in English are there to help you enhance your writing skills, and they're also there to help you revise your papers. They won't write your papers for you, I've tried, but they are more than happy to help you revise that paper that you bring in. And finally, on the second floor, we have our Office of Undergraduate Research. So if you are interested in researching, you can go ahead and do that the moment you step onto USF your very first year. You can research in anything you are interested in. It does not have to be within your major, and that office just helps you find all the resources you need to do that. Moving on to all the floors above and to the floor we are currently on right now, that is where you can find study rooms, some books, and the higher up you go, the quieter it does get. So on the very top floor, it is extremely silent. Students go there to concentrate, others may go there to take a nap, but if you do snore a little too loudly, you may be asked to leave. But that is pretty much the setup of our library with a lot of resources. All these resources are free for our students, and I recommend everyone utilizing those. Before we wrap up this tour, I would like to talk about why I chose USF. Coming from a really small town, there was no diversity there, and so when I stepped foot onto campus and I met so many different people with so many different backgrounds, I made so many new friends, and I felt very welcomed here. And like I said, I'm part of a Vietnamese Student Association, which I never knew was a thing. So it's a really nice experience. It feels like home to me, and that's one thing I recommend for everyone, is just to find a place you can envision yourself living for the next 4 years. But I'm going to pass it over to Sarah if she wants to explain why she chose USF.
My story is pretty similar to Christina. I was looking for a place away from home that I could feel like I was at home, and that's something that I really value about USF. Even though it can be seen as this large, intimidating campus, it's really not. It has a very small campus feel, and that's something that I really liked about it. Also, I was really worried that I was going to have to buy some sort of car or a scooter or something to get me around from class to class, because the campus is going to be too large and stuff like that. But that's not the case here at USF. Everything's walking friendly. So if you guys do choose to come visit USF, you'll be able to see that, how everything's very centered around and is very accessible for all the students. And with that, I'm going to bring Christina back, and we're going to close out our tour. All right, on the count of 3, we're going to give you guys a good go Bulls. And yeah, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Go
Bulls!
Bulls!
All right, thank you guys for being so good today. I'm going to turn it back over to Evan, and he's going to close us out.
Hey folks, can we just in our own homes just give a little round of applause for our tour guides today? Thank you so much, Christina and Sarah, our moderation team, Danielle from the admissions office, my producers. We really appreciate all of your efforts. Y'all, it is such an incredible honor and privilege to work with such an ambitious group of students who are wanting nothing else to share the incredible nature of the University of South Florida. I am our conference and events planner, and I help with all kinds of things at the university, but I think that my favorite title is alumni. And this place changed my life and set me on a path that I certainly did not see for myself when I was a college age. And I just I look forward to for you to come see it for yourself, participate, grow and learn, and challenge yourself with all of the resources that USF has to offer here. It is an incredible place, geographically dispersed from Tampa to St. Petersburg to Sarasota. And we want to show you that too. We have actually a #1USF open house coming up here. It is a week-long virtual event. It is kind of a choose-your-own adventure style open house where we are providing content every night that you can come and watch. It's a streamed live event. Participate in, ask questions. We're going to have representatives from all of our different academic colleges, all of our different majors, student service areas, housing, dining, all that good stuff. And I would really encourage you guys to consider registering for that and attending. The date is August 3 through the 7th, with programming every evening from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And you can kind of choose from the menu of what you want to do. We're also going to be offering live hosted virtual tours of our other two unique campus identities, being Sarasota and St. Pete. So it's going to be a wonderful time to kind of get that need to know information about the highlights, career transitions, faculty and staff, research opportunities, and we would love for you to come participate and see us again. You can register for that event the same exact way that you went in to register for this tour. It is on our event calendar within our website. So if you go there and then you kind of get to that date, August through the 7th, you'll be able to register for that singular event. And then all of the links to the individual weekday events will be emailed to you at a later time. We would love for you to follow us on social media. We have a lot that's going out right now. Stay connected with us so that we can stay connected with you and keep you updated on what's going on at USF, whether it's COVID-19 related, whether it is student life related, whether it is Green and Gold Guide related. We would love for you to follow us on social media. Our handles will display in the graphic that shows up after we close here. And then we also would really appreciate if you learned something today, if you enjoyed yourself today, give us a little thumbs up on YouTube, maybe even throw a subscribe for us, because we will certainly be going live again, and you will be notified in case you want to come, hang out with us, or you need a question that is answered. You have a direct link to somebody who is attentive in that moment who can answer your question. So we would love for you to subscribe and come join us at a later date if you so desire. We do these every Tuesday at 2 p.m. We also want to let you know that when you get to campus, if you are looking for a challenging and developmental leadership opportunity, the Green and Gold Guide program is an incredible paid student employment opportunity that will challenge you and will help you grow and develop as a young leader. We do all kinds of things, not just tours, within and for our campus community in our Tampa Bay area. And it's a wonderful way to be connected to campus and find a way to make your mark on this place when you get here. I think at the end of the day, folks, choosing a college is not choosing another classroom. It's not choosing the best. It is choosing and finding a home, a place that you will live in, find a part of yourself, leave with your degree, and leave a piece of yourself behind. And out of all of what you will do to search for your college, I just encourage you to listen to your heart. Because when at the end of the day, it is going to become a piece of you, and it will be a part of your life forever. And it's really important that you find what is right for you, and what might not be, the top rank or best on the paper. Because we will all give you a Research One preeminent degree, which is an incredible thing to be a part of. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and close us out. Please let us know if you have any questions. The visitation@usf.edu email is a great one. That is a direct link to me and the Green and Gold Guides. So if you have anything that you're curious about, you want us to send you some additional information on this or that, we can certainly do that for you. And we really hope that you will join us for the #OneUSF virtual open house on August 3rd through the 7th. Thank you guys so much, and go Bulls.